Wait, did he say... Did they restore power to all the lifts just now? I'm gonna save just in case because we gotta be very particular about how we spend our command points right now.
Get ready to die, imps.
Give me good news. Yep. They turned it on. Oh, they turned on the other one. Well, alright.
Y'all still with me, soldiers?
Excuse you? Ugh. Okay, so they did not turn on the one that I needed. This is exactly why. Because I was remembering that they don't turn them all on right away. So, I want that command point back. I want that goddamn command point back.
Here we go!
Hey, guess what, dickbag?
Fire!
Yeah, you can dodge if you want.
Nice work! Keep taking them down!
Hope it was worth it.
Medic!
Yes, I'm saving my people by running them over.
Stay with us. It won't be long now.
Please, do what you can! Medic!
It's gonna be all right. Leave it to me.
You're all right! Stay strong! Hostile sighted!
Okay, so we do have an
Keep
elite
your eyes
trooper.
front and center.
And unfortunately, no way to turn on the elevator without bringing our people
Take care
down.
of those treads.
They've readied their anti-tank gunnery.
So, yeah, we're still gonna have to do some goofball shit. Chad, what do you think? Do you think it's faster to move from this base, or is it faster to move from the other base that's up here? Because both bases are pretty far away. But I feel like this one is marginally closer or marginally further away. The only problem with doing that is, if the train moves over here next turn, then whatever scout troop we put there is just gonna get gunned down. But we'll do Alicia, and I'll do... We haven't put in Ica in a minute, so we'll put in Ica. And then here at the base, I'm gonna go ahead and redeploy Rosie, so she'll be ready to go next turn. And we need to deploy Marina, but we'll do that next time when we take this base. That's when I'll redeploy Marina. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot.
Berthold Gregor commands you.
I mean, there's no lancers around.
The Empire.
There's no lancers around the Edelweiss, so like we're not in danger. So basically, just leave it here to hold down this entire open area if they try to advance. And we just. It sucks, but I'm gonna have to run a scout just all the fucking way over here to hit the button on the elevator. It's really stupid, but it's the only thing I can do.
Damage minimal.
It's really dumb. But this is what happens when you make bad decisions. Sometimes you have to do dumb shit to overcome your bad decisions. Are you fucking kidding me? Why is the train moving back over here? I mean, the train moves every turn. It's still irritating, though.
Entering combat.
Because now I can't move those scouts. Like, that's the thing that irritates me the most, is like, now I can't move those scouts.
Get them back here, fast!
Let's do this number here. Excuse you. There we go. No. I want you. I want you. Alright. I'll move a little more. I'll move a little more. You can suck a nut. How about that? Chet, I'm gonna do some dumb shit. I'm gonna do some dumb shit. Alright, who was that? Who was that? I heard it. Hold on a second, chat. For some stupid reason, my fucking Twitch thing is not doing what it's supposed to. It is supposed to tell me when you guys do hydration and shit, but it's, for whatever reason, it's not telling me. And I don't know why, and it's really irritating. Ah, there we go. There we go. Yes, now I see it. Hydration incoming. Yeah, I'm not sure why it doesn't tell me. Yeah, well, Streamlabs, yeah, but it's being stupid. As it do. As it do.
Here we go.
Hey, guess what, dick?
Fire!
Yeah, that's right. I just used 2 mortars on a scout.
Man down, everybody be careful.
Did I have to do that? No. Do I feel bad about it? Also no.
Entering combat.
No, it's just a bit of Listen, Travis, have you... Is this your first day? Is this your first day on the stream?
Who are these guys?
Alright, there we go. Not a whole lot else that I can do except potentially try to move our people and have them immediately get gunned down. God, I'm like this mission. This mission. When you hear people talk about Valkyria Chronicles, and you know they say, "Oh, this mission
that defends the Empire."
This is one of the missions of all time. This is one of the missions of all time.
Damage minimal.
Yeah, Alicia can make it from there. The only problem is the train is sitting right on top of them. So if I move her, she's just gonna immediately get gunned down. Nice. You gave me the Lancer for free. Go ahead, keep moving. I'll be more than happy to fill you with bullets. Okay, so now he's gonna move. Yeah, exactly. Bullets are rated E for everyone, just like these hands. Just like these hands. Yeah, yeah. Alright. Give me Alicia.
My turn, okay? Enemy sighted.
Yep, that's a thing that'll happen.
You can attack all day and not dent that thing.
I don't know if we're even gonna be able to make it in a single turn, Jet. Because remember, we're gonna hit, like, the more we
My turn,
move
okay?
somebody, we're gonna hit, like, a point of diminishing returns. Where eventually we basically bottom out and we have no more action points. Mother always taught me that you should share those bullets. Correct.
Moving out.
Correct. Your mother taught you right.
Can't beat the smell of fresh soil.
Excuse me? Alright, we're gonna have to reposition the tank a little bit.
Entering combat.
Gonna have to reposition the tank a little bit.
Get them back here, fast!
I was gonna say, I gotta make sure that she can actually get down off of that hill.
Please act expeditiously.
But I've also gotta, like, point us this direction so that we don't immediately get one-timed by a Lancer.
Now!
Close. Not close enough. Alright.
My turn, okay?
Now we immediately heal. Right? We immediately heal.
I'm taking extra special care.
All units, please
Because we used too many action points. Fuck. Chat, the cheese is real. The cheese is fucking real.
My turn, okay?
And I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore.
My turn, okay?
There we go.
Don't even think of dodging.
This is fine. Yeah, but this is fine.
take care of those treads.
This is fine.
Man down, everybody be careful.
Okay, so next turn then. Next turn. Good God, man.
Right, here I go.
Seebeck says, I'm back from breakfast. Anyone else die? Not yet. Not yet, but, it's...
Make sure you don't forget to protect the
our favorite SS officer is making us work for it. I will say
I
that.
see the armored train ahead. Be wary of cannon
Dude
fire.
is making us work for it.
No problem, boss. Make sure you don't forget to protect the camp.
Alicia, you know, I mean, she did make it. The only problem is I didn't realize the incline, and so... Like,
No problem, boss.
even though I was taking fire, I couldn't actually get where I needed to be. Like, I wish I had known that going in, and I would have prepared accordingly. Jesus. Ika getting shot to shit over here. That's alright. That's alright. Gonna face her this way, so she's not getting shot in the back. We'll heal. Nope. Stop it. And then we immediately end the turn. Okay. Now. Chat, we finally have options on turn 8. Can't get over how nice the real-time turn-based combat is in this game. It is. I wish that more games would do stuff like this, but it's a very unique system, and I do appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Get ready to die, imps.
Alright, hopefully Jane will be able to take some fire.
Fresh meat, Val.
Oh, don't worry. You're gonna get yours, buddy.
Die, imps.
You are gonna get yours.
Next.
Now,
Who are
is
these guys?
there a sniper over here? I wonder. Because we can take out that bridge and stop the reinforcements coming from that direction as well. The only problem is there's not really a benefit to going down here. So, it's fine. I'll just leave that with what we got. Next thing's next.
I'm on it.
Let's move Rosie down. Because Rosie needs to get her revenge. It's time for her
Try to
revengeance.
approach the enemy's blind spot.
It is time for her revengeance.
Yes, right away.
And Homer's always pretty dour, so I'm sure he'll have no problem charging into machine gun fire to repair the tank.
Watch the distance.
Correct. Rules of nature.
Thank you.
I'm glad that we understand each other. Okay, I think, at this point, we let it ride. Still deploying more reinforcements, that's to be expected.
Underminer fire!
Oh, okay, we're doing the cannon turret now. We've gotten close enough to get hit by the cannon turret. Got very lucky on that one. I didn't realize we were at this range now. Turn around, Jane. You have an Imperial running right behind you.
Minor damage sustained.
All you had to do was turn around. Oh, he's having a bad day. Okay, so we gotta rescue Ica. That's for starters. Actually, for starters, we gotta get the tank
Here we go.
down. Yeah, I know. It's fine.
Come in. I repeat,
Hostile
come in.
sighted.
Alright, what are we dealing with here? Wait a minute.
Please stay behind cover as you proceed.
Chat, that's the guy.
Don't leave yourself open. Push forward.
Chat, that's the guy.
Kill anything moving this way.
Also, fucking anti-tank mines all up in my
Please head for the
business.
objective.
Enemy sighted.
I'm pretty
Keep your eyes
sure
front and
I'm
center.
not gonna be able.
Hostile sighted. Hostile sighted. Under miner fire.
Yeah,
Enemy sighted.
I was afraid of that.
Please act expeditiously.
Okay. We got multiple lancers, so what I want to do is knock them out of cover and destroy the sandbags.
Now.
Simple enough. Yeah, suddenly that became a much more enticing prospect. I gotta think here. I gotta think.
My turn, okay?
Alright, here's what we do. We put the screws to this lancer.
Now!
So that way we don't gotta worry about him.
Man down. Everybody be careful.
Okay.
Good team, move in. Follow the advance units.
And the question is, can I get over here without...
Defend the perimeter, soldiers.
Okay, we can. Outstanding. We're getting there. We're getting there. We are slowly advancing our way.
Get ready to die, imps.
I'm going after him, Chad.
Get them
Ed
back
Dragon
here.
Master
Back.
says, heading to a friend's birthday party? I'll see how you win with the VOD later. Yeah, this one's gonna take a minute, but that's
Time your
okay.
shots
This is a
carefully,
pretty
soldiers.
lengthy fight. It's not particularly exciting, but it is a pretty lengthy fight, so have fun at the party. Hopefully your friend has a good time on their birthday as well. And we will catch you on the next guy. Or the next time.
Can you reach it from there? Please verify your range.
Alright. Where is our guy? There he is.
Be sure to watch for return
We gotta-
fire.
Basically, we're just gonna like, hey buddy,
Enemy unit sighted.
let me get up in here behind you where you're not gonna be able to dodge the shot.
Die, imps.
And that's an enemy ace down.
Next!
And of course, that's
You're doing well. Just keep it up.
Jane doing what Jane does best. Killing Imperials. Yeah, the main thing you gotta worry about with that particular ace is he dodges a lot. And so if you can just get in behind him without him turning around, then his dodge is completely negated. Because enemies can't dodge if you get behind them.
Yes, right away.
Please be careful near the armored rail car.
Alright.
Pay attention to the enemy's position.
Thank you.
I mean, as many times as we've repaired it at this point, I feel like the Edelweiss is being held together by
Please
duct
focus
tape
on
and
making careful
dreams.
decisions.
Alright, next up,
Just watch
we're gonna bring Largo down.
Face them in an angle.
Let's rescue Ico. Yeah, it's the Tonk of Theseus.
You've got to stay strong! Keep fighting!
Please, you gotta help.
Focus on making smart choices, soldiers.
I mean, I think that's good advice in general. Focus on not being a dumbass, soldiers.
Please maintain formation.
Good advice. The game is just like, you can't kill this dude from here. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. Was amused when I saw they made Fina the medic. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like I was trying to remember. I was like, I knew she was in the game and I'd forgotten about it. I was like, where is she again? And then the first time the medic came up, I was like, oh, that's right. She's the medic. All right.
I'm on it.
Rosie. It's time for Rosie's revengeance.
You could attack all day and not dent that thing.
Just hold out a little longer.
Rosie's revengeance. You know what? I'm gonna take a shot anyway and see what happens.
Just try dodging me. Here I come.
Oh, we almost got him. We almost got him, Chad.
Let's do this thing.
Do we actually have a shot from here? We do. Nice. Nice.
Here I come.
All right, that's another Lancer down.
Mwah. Good. That makes things a bit easier.
Now we'll post up here. That way the Lancer won't be able to just sneak in behind us and tailpipe the tank. Next,
Been waiting
I'm gonna
here.
try to get Largo as close as I can. So I want to try to get him in behind. But we're gonna be running real short on action
Just
points
watch
with him.
this.
So we're just gonna do this number here. Okay. I'm debating on whether to move the tank forward. Because we're covered pretty well where we are. But if I move a little bit forward, then that gives me some machine gun coverage against the scouts and the shack troopers. But at the same time,
Here we
if
go.
they decide to spam attacks on us, we're gonna be in a rough situation.
They're behind.
So let me see. If I were to take the machine gun, if I got all 7 shots, that would be a kill, but we're not gonna get all 7 shots. So maybe instead we take a shot at this guy? Yeah, there we go. Just take out the scout entirely. Can reinforcements use the elevator? That's a good question, and I don't actually know. I do not actually know. I don't think so. I don't think the enemies use the elevator, but, like, it's weird. I think we'll be okay, though. I don't think we need to worry about reinforcements, because I don't think there's any more in here. They all moved up. Like, they can still send in more reinforcements, but all of them that were in this area, I think, have already moved up. Yeah, we are gonna get an F rank for speed on this one. Good lord. Okay, what are you gonna do? What's your plan?
Underminer fire.
Alright. Oh yeah, just ate his fucking lunch. Just ate his lunch. Alright, so thankfully, he's not going to be able to do anything from there. Which means we got one more turn to advance. We got one more turn to advance, mostly unimpeded. Now, I gotta move Largo first because we gotta take out the tank.
Just watch this.
He's gonna be taking some shots. Are you fucking kidding me? He's gonna be taking some shots not only from the rear gun on the tank, but also from the shock trooper back there. But if we don't take out the tank, we can't get the shock trooper taken care of. No, fuck you. How about that?
Push them back.
Oh, that sucks. He almost bit the big one. It's okay, though.
All right. Who are these guys?
I told you before, Largo is the pinnacle. He is the greatest specimen of a man.
Here we go.
Largo, buddy, just move over a little bit.
Sighted ahead. Watch out for cannon fire.
Alright, there we go. Shock trooper's done.
Man down. Everybody be careful.
Now we just continue to move forward. Next up. Gonna move Largo again.
Good. Move on to the next target.
Make sure that he's in a nice sheltered position. And now is the time. Because we don't really have a whole lot else to worry about. I will have to move Alicia up though. I forgot because we're gonna have to turn on the elevator. The Edelweiss is also taking some hits.
Back 1,000 soldiers.
Let's real quick. I'm gonna ride up here just to see what we got for enemies. Do we have anything up here? No. Okay, it looks clear. So I think we're good. Where's... I can't see it from here. That's okay though. That's okay. We'll go back down. And Mate will in the chat on a Saturday. Good to see you again, Mate. Always glad to have you. Says, heard a lot about this game, seen the anime, know nothing about it, sing its praises. I mean, the best praise that I can offer is that this is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I believe it is one of the greatest examples of what a game can be. It is outstanding. Outstanding.
My body's yours to use.
And Homer, I love that attitude, buddy. Alright, so I wasn't gonna spend another command point, but I'm gonna move Homer up here and repair the tank.
Thank you.
And then we'll just drop you over here.
Ready and waiting.
Into cover. And I think we're good. I'm gonna wait for Marina to come in, and then next turn we bum rush. It's too late for you now. You can mortar all you want, buddy. It's not gonna make a difference. I mean, maybe we're not gonna be able to move Marina after all. Because she's gonna be doing it under fire. Characters are a lot more articulated and move smoother than expected. Yeah, I mean, this is a very anime game, and I mean, I talked about this at the beginning. When we were still just getting into this game. This game is all about themes. And the theme of this game is that it's actually
We're sending
a
units
book.
out to both
It's a
sides.
storybook. It's a recounting of the events of a war. And so the aesthetic and everything about the book,
Be wary of cannon fire.
or everything about the game, is designed to fit into that aesthetic.
My turn, okay?
All right, we're gonna do a dumb. We are gonna do a dumb, chat.
Permission to advance granted.
Well, and see, it's funny you should mention that, Waffles, because
Report.
this
What is
is
the enemy up to there?
one of the things that I've talked about before,
Now!
where having an art style, having any art style, regardless of what it is always better
What?
than
Status report.
hyperrealism.
What's happening out there?
Because hyperrealism ages like milk. Hyperrealism becomes crap as soon as the technology improves. Hyperrealism never, ever, ever looks good when it ages, whereas this game came out in 2008 and it still looks good even on a high-end PC because it has a unified art style. And so its graphics can stand the test of time because, like, it's trying to look like an anime. And it does, and it continues to, even today, because they set out with an art style in mind, they maintained that art style throughout, kept it consistent, and it still looks good today. Right, exactly. Some Disney movies at this point are over 100 years old. And yet, when you go back and you watch those animated movies, they stand the test of time because they had art direction. That's important. I mean, even, listen, I don't like fork knives. If you do, good. Continue to enjoy it. But one thing you can't deny is that it has an iconic art style. You know what Fortnite looks like. And anytime you see that style, you recognize it immediately. You've seen 100 imitators try to do that art style because it's popular. And in 10, 15, 20 years, I'm sure that art style will still be just fine because, again, it has a style. Borderlands, any Borderlands game, another good example. It has its own style and it sticks to it. Yeah, photorealism makes your game forgettable. Like, look at any of the Ass Creeds, any of the Far Cries. Like, nobody remembers Far Cry 3. Everybody remembers Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Right? Because that had style. Or maybe it was Far Cry 4 that did Blood Dragon. I don't remember. But you get the idea. Like, it's just have a style. Like, again, Hi-Fi Rush, great example. Rip Tango Gameworks, by the way, because that's a tragedy. But, like, Hi-Fi Rush, same thing. Like, you would not be able to tell if that game came out yesterday or 10 years ago, and it doesn't matter. Because 10 years from now, that game is still going to look just as good as it does today. Anyway, Chip. Now it's time to send our favorite SS lackey to Davy Jones' locker.
Unknown vibrations detected. It's the bridge! It's collapsing! Ah!
Cowards! Too afraid to face me directly.
Cowards! Too afraid to charge into my unstoppable super weapon?
This tank is the bedrock of the Empire itself. Unshakable. Invincible!
Got it. The only way he could be a more iconic villain is if he had a mustache. Yeah, exactly.
So long, Gregor.
The train may be invincible, the tracks are not.
Yes, we dropped the armored train.
Lieutenant, there's an emergency. Imperial soldiers are fleeing the city. They've set fire to the Darkson concentration camp.
'Cause evil empire gonna evil empire, you guys.
The barracks are in flames. Get over there, now!
What? No!
Yeah,
The time
I
has
deserve that.
come.
That was that was a terrible showing. That was a terrible showing. I deserve that D rank. I deserve that D rank. And Hamster of Wrath coming in with a big time raid on a Saturday. Good to see you, Hamster and Raiders. Always glad to have you. Hopefully you guys had a good stream and are having an outstanding weekend so far. And sorry, the music's gonna cut out here, but let me customarily give my man's Hamster a shout out here, and let's see what you guys were playing. Looks like you're playing some more BattleTech today, so I assume continuing the ongoing BTAU campaign. So tell me how the Inner Sphere treated you today. Hopefully you had some good missions. Hopefully nobody got blown up, or if they did, maybe hopefully they got out in time, but good to see you guys, as always. Hopefully, again, you had a good stream. Always glad to have you come join us on a Saturday for some streams. We're playing some Valkyria Chronicles. Just finishing up chapter 10, as a matter of fact. So we're a good chunk into the game at this point. So yeah, it's we just finished up our boss fight against Gregor and dropped the train into a river. So let's see, what were you guys doing? The Inner Sphere hates me, so I'm grubbing around work for the Canopians, as most other people hate us. I mean, to be fair, the Canopians probably hate you too, but they hate everybody, so it just... Like, it's not you specifically that, like, you didn't do anything wrong. Canopians just hate everybody that aren't Canopians. You know how it is. You know how it is. But, glad to hear that you found somebody that would continue to pay you, because that's... You know, obviously not having a paycheck in the Inner Sphere, that's a one-way ticket. That's a one-way ticket to bad places. Then a grand tour of Clan Space and Space West. Ah, yes. The Western Fringes, out there, well, I wouldn't say far away from Clan Space, but farther away from Clan Space. Oh, that's right, in BTAU! Don't they? Because they did all the alt history stuff. So isn't the RimWorlds Alliance, like the revived RimWorlds Alliance out there in the Northwest in BTAU? I seem to remember that. I haven't actually booted up BTAU in a while. But I'm pretty sure that the RimWorlds Alliance is out there as well, in addition to all the deep periphery stuff. Worked for the RimWorlds versus the clans. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. It's called the RimWorlds Republic now. It's not the Alliance, it's the Republic. Excuse me all the hell. Canopians tend to like you better if you have cat ears. Don't listen to T-Gap. T-Gap just likes Catgirl. See, what it is the cat ears are a tell, right? So this is the thing. This is how Canopians can tell posers from actual Canopians, right? So like whenever you go in and just like, oh, I'm gonna be a spy in Canopian space, let me get some cat ears, right? And so you put on the cat ears, and then that's how they immediately know that you're not actually Canopian. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. Have a Timberwolf and a Rakshasa cat ears. I mean, you have the Timberwolf and the discount Timberwolf, the Temu version of Timberwolf. Like, I'm always gonna give the Rakshasa a hard time, because it was, the Inner Sphere was basically just like, we want that, but we can't have that, so we'll make our own. And of course, like everything else that the Inner Sphere does, their own was kind of crap. Catgirls are all fun and games until they start coughing up fur balls. True. Very true. It's a decent mech with some tinkering, but you can say, I mean, that's fair. I would argue that, like, the Inner Sphere designs where they tried to copy clan designs are usually not very good. But once you get into, like, the 3070s and beyond, and you start to see the actual homegrown Inner Sphere Omnis, where they basically built them from the ground up as Omni-mechs, that's when you start to get to a point where, like, some of that stuff's actually kind of good. Or at least it's not terrible. Because for the first time, like, they were building, they were using the Omni-mech technology, but they were building something for themselves instead of just trying to imitate whatever the clans were already using. Innovation, and what have you. To be a spy, you need to replace your sugar intake with Canopian battle powder. Spoiler alert, Canopian battle powder has another name. Sometimes it's called Space Coke. Occasionally also called Super Coke. Just depends on which part of the galaxy you're in. Yeah, makes your whites twice as bright as well. Makes your whites twice as bright. You know how, like, OxyClean, you can scrub stay? Like, it's like that, except it's almost like bleach. Fun times in powder form. Listen. There are many, many powders and granular things that can improve your life in a whole host of different ways. A whole host of different ways. Anyway, chat, let's finish up the mission here. Sadly, this is not the anti-tank rifle. So for those of you that are familiar with Valkyria Chronicles, we killed the ace on this mission in the boss fight in Thousand. This is not the anti-tank rifle. You have to get it from the EX skirmish. We did pick up the enemy weapon, it's just not the one that we want. But again, the anti-tank rifle is kind of, not... It's really good, but it kind of, again, it breaks the game. It makes the game too easy. Serenity says, missed the Gerbil of Disdain raid. Wait, listen. Serenity, I know it's easy to get them confused, but Gerbil of Disdain is clearly a separate person, and we all know that's Hamster's evil twin. Why are you... Hamster, look, I'm sorry. Sometimes my people are just like that. I promise you don't look the same. You don't look the same. He's probably drunk. If I had to guess, he's probably drunk and he just got you guys confused. I apologize. I promise he's gonna do better. 50 lashings, he'll do better. I promise. He's the evil twin. I mean, you don't want to let the cat out of the bag, do you? Gerbil of Disdain is my Hamster of Wrath cover band. I mean, it's not the worst name in the world. Because people are going to immediately say, Gerbil of Disdain. Oh, we got another medal. Chat, they're just handing out medals like candy at this point. They're just like, oh, you finished a mission? Have a medal. Alright, chat. Now it's time for things to get dramatic. So I apologize. We're kind of on an upbeat note. Things are about to get downbeat.
Why murder everyone? They forced everyone to go into this building, then set it on fire. For what?
She was just a kid. Somebody tell me who did this! I'll tear their stinking heads off!
And what would that accomplish?
Revenge! That's what!
Fight fire with fire? An eye for an eye? Didn't enough people die today? Even if our traditions lead us to death at the hands of others, we don't respond with violence. When we die for peace. That is how the Darkson live their lives.
Now those lives are gone. Forever.
But why?
I could hate them, maybe even kill them, but that wouldn't bring those people back. All I can really do is try to survive and help the ones who are still here.
Rosie?
Rosie. Thank you.
Sure.
There could be other survivors. Everybody, help us look.
Themes, Chad. What are they? Never heard of them. AAA, never heard of themes. No idea what they are. You can get more emotion in a 1.5-minute cutscene, in a 90-second cutscene, in a game that's almost 20 years old, than you can in 8 to 10 to 12 to 20 hours of AAA slop fed to you by the pound. Woke up in time to see a not-so-racist Rosie. Yeah, exactly. We defeated the power of racism, and all we had to do was let an entire building full of people burn to death. I feel like, perhaps, the cost-benefit on that doesn't line up. But yeah, for those of you that may be new to the Valkyria Chronicles franchise, this is one of the things that I was talking about when we first started playing the game, is don't let the art style fool you. And it does not shy away from the kind of stuff that happens in war. Always felt the racism plot was forced. I mean, I think you could argue that all plot points in every story are forced. Was it? It was not necessarily introduced with subtlety. But at the same time, we're talking about, I mean, speaking from a narrative perspective, it feels like the racist subplot comes on really fast because you're being introduced to this world, right? You don't know anything about this world when you start playing the game. And so it seems sudden to you because you haven't seen it up to this point. And you haven't seen it up to this point because the game hasn't had a reason to show it to you. Like, that's a thing, perhaps, consider that later in your life or whenever you watch any kind of media where you're in a world where it's, you know, a make-believe world. Understand, if the people in that setting are anything like the people in our world, racism probably exists there too. And just because you don't see it, just because they don't put it front and center, doesn't mean it's not a part of that world. Now, the reason they put it front and center here is because it's important. It's because it, again, I said this, themes, what even are they? What are themes? Never heard of them. Because the theme of racism, of dehumanizing an entire group of people based on, in this case, the color of their hair, or some perceived slight that they committed against society or civilization, you know, generations ago, is very much in line. It runs parallel to the same kinds of mentality that you see in war, where the whole point of, you know, training and things like that to make you a soldier is to help you dehumanize your enemy so that when it comes time for you to shoot them, that you can do that. And unfortunately, as you know, war has become more connected and people begin to realize that we're all kind of just the same and we're all just struggling through life, like, that's why you see in the modern day, I think, so much more of like PTSD and people coming back with all these like mental illness and problems, because as the world becomes more connected, it becomes harder and harder and harder to just see another human being as simply a human-shaped target. And again, the racism subplot in this game runs perfectly parallel to the themes of war. Is it handled perfectly? No. Again, it's a little bit clumsy at times. But it's absolutely on brand. It is absolutely on brand, and the writers did that intentionally. Did they need to include a racism subplot? No. Did they need to essentially put, for lack of a better way to put it, a Jewish/Holocaust analog in their World War II analog? No. Absolutely not. And that's a very unfortunate part of the Second World War that a lot of us wish had never happened, and that some people today even actively deny. And that's kind of the point, is it is unpleasant and it sucks to think about. It's a really shitty thing to think about, the fact that these are things that actually happen. And you put it in the video game and it reminds you, this is exactly the kind of stuff that has happened in human history. And that's the whole point of this game. If you're not familiar with the theme song to this game, there are in fact lyrics that go along with it. I highly encourage you to go read the lyrics of that song. Because the point of the song is about parting, but about having hope, that there is hope, that there's positivity, that you can recover, that you can see the people that you love again, and that just because of conflict, just because you get torn apart from people, doesn't mean that that has to be the end of everything. And I said this at the beginning, before we even started playing the game, that one of my favorite parts about the Valkyria Chronicles franchise is that no matter how stark a look it takes at war and the nature of people in war, it always, always, always tries to keep that optimism, the hope for a better future, and that people can be better. Instead of, taking your typical, again, Far Cry, Call of Duty, Battlefield, cynical approach of war is hell and people are hell. Like, yeah, you can absolutely take that stance if you want. This game says people are people, and sometimes people do terrible things to each other. Sometimes they do it for terrible reasons. But we're all still people. I thought what we learned before the start of the game was, no matter what a stripper tells you, there is no sex in the champagne room. Different game. Different game, Serenity. Different game. Ken Reviews did a piece on how History Channel and their World War II docs tended to talk more about Nazi weapons and not so much about Nazi crimes. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing, is that's a byproduct of that era. And again, we talk about Unit 731, the Japanese during World War II, right? You never hear anybody talk about that either. And that's like, I take every opportunity to remind people, because I'm a fan of anime. I enjoy Japanese culture. But at the same time, I never forget about the shit that they did, right? I remind myself. And in case you don't know what Unit 731 is, don't go look that shit up. Unless you all lose a little bit of faith in humanity. Do not go look that shit up. Because the things that they did were terrible. And just as, I will give you an example. And I use this example often. Because it's something that we just take for granted, and nobody ever wonders how we found out this information. We talk about how like 70% of the human body is made up of water. The reason we know that is because Unit 731 tied down prisoners in the sun and let them dehydrate to death. Weighed them before they died and then weighed them after they died to figure out how much of their body had how much of their weight had vanished after they died from dehydration. That's why we know that the human body is 70% water, give or take. And you have Unit 731 to thank for that information, because that's not the kind of thing that you find out through ethical means. So, again, war is terrible, and we do terrible things to each other in war. But look at Japan as a country. That is why the anti-war sentiment runs so deeply in Japanese culture, because they have both perpetrated and been the victim of some of the worst war crimes to have ever been committed in the history of humanity. They have seen both sides. And it changes you. It changes a society. It changes a culture. So think about that. Again, themes. What are they? Never heard of them. Your typical AAA game today would never even attempt to broach these subjects in anything but the most milquetoast, ham-fisted way that doesn't commit to anything, doesn't say anything of lasting significance, and doesn't try to have any kind of point. They would just say, oh, racism bad. Well, yeah, no shit. Everybody knows racism bad. But to take that, run a story through it, introduce us to characters that we are supposed to sympathize with, but that are also racist. That's a hell of a reach. They had some balls of solid steel to try to implement a character that you are meant to like and meant to identify with, but has this glaring character flaw. And it absolutely works. It is effective, at least to me. It may not be for you, but I feel that it's effective. Anyway, sorry, Chad. Sorry to go off on the rant. So this is what I do. Chad gets me invested in things. But again, like, that's part of the reason that I love this game. It's part of the reason that I love this franchise. Because it doesn't shy away from that stuff. It doesn't try to pretend like these types of things don't happen. Because it is uncomfortable and we don't like to think about it. But it's important that we do think about it, that we acknowledge that things like this happen, and that we as people try to be better so that stuff like this doesn't continue to happen. Because human nature is like anything else. It's not immutable. We can change human nature. We just have to acknowledge those flaws in ourselves and try to be better. And to run from it, to hide from it, to pretend like these things don't exist, that's not how you stop them from happening. You have to face it head on. Anyway, like I said, sorry to go off on the tangent, chat. I apologize. You guys weren't here for the heady talk, and that's not what we do here, but again, I cannot help myself sometimes. So anyway, let us move on to a more positive beat, chat, and finish out the chapter on a high note.
Thanks in part to Squad 7's efforts, militia forces reclaimed the city of Fausen. Returning from battle, the Squad's members enjoyed a brief and well-deserved respite.
The time has come.
And
I was walking
so
across base just now, and the guys from Squad 2 stopped me.
And Ven, you stop with your instigating bullshit. You know better. Don't make me turn this chat around. You know I'll do it. Spookus says Megas not making it weird, pick one. No, listen. You guys give Megas a hard time, but believe it or not, he is capable of... Okay. He's capable of pretending to be normal. And that's good enough for me, alright? At least he makes the attempt. I will give him credit for that. Things I didn't plan to hear from my mother today. We might have to go into the shelter tonight. Oh. I mean, if you're serious, that sucks. Because I've been there before. Like, not in the shelter, but like in that situation. Dig my hard time's been needing some fun. I mean, Liz, like I said, I'm trying to give you some credit where I think it's due, Megas. That's all I'm saying. If you want to continue to be a degenerate, then by all means. Alright, Amster, no problem. I know it's late for you, so get on out of here, grab yourself a bite, get yourself some sleep. As always, I appreciate you dropping by, bringing your people by. Thank you so much, and hopefully we will catch you on the next one. I hope you have an outstanding rest of your weekend. Anyway, here we go. We got the squad tube. We got the squad tube. Sorry, chat. Again, I keep getting sidetracked. You guys are like rating and then gifting subs and all this other nonsense, and it keeps getting me distracted. Apologies.
They said everybody felt like we got 1,000 back because of us sevens.
Well, yeah. We took down that train after all. I want a medal.
I wonder how Zaka and everyone are doing.
I hear most of the detainees have either stayed on in Fausen or evacuated to Rangries.
Oh. Well, I hope they're all doing well now.
Yeah?
Yo.
Mr. Zaka?
And Troubleshooter on his never-ending crusade to give every single person in chat a badge. Thank you for gifting a sub, this time to Fuela. And Fuela, welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions. Or welcome back as the case may be if you're returning. And of course, Troubleshooter, thank you for the gifted sub. As always, I keep telling you guys you don't have to do that, and then you do it anyway. We recruited Onizuka, yeah, we have recruited Steve Blum, who does a lot of voice work for this game, but this is the main character that he is voicing in this game.
Huh? Wait, that uniform.
Oh, this? As of today, I'm a Gallian militiaman, same as you. They put me in your squad, so we'll be seeing a lot of each other.
Wait, can you even fight? What was all that about living the Darkson way?
Don't sweat the details, right? And I've got experience as a tank commander. My ride's on the smallish side, but you can leave the ground unit support to me. And I thought your boss was pretty righteous. I figured I'd tag along and see for myself.
What? Me?
Yeah?
Well, we didn't get to talk much, but you've got a fresh perspective, you know?
I guess so. I don't think I'm much different than other folks, though.
Oh, don't worry, Welkin. You are very different. You are so very different.
Welkin, you're so clueless.
Anyhow, I'm excited to join the team.
Huh.